a brief recap of my AEZS trade this morning. Give me a second to spit out this gum. Can't talk fluently and have gum in my mouth. So, my trade, let's take a look at this. So, first, let me go back. Okay, so first, let's go over my thoughts real quick. So, this was my overall thoughts on this trade was it was semi-well executed. Simply found this using Tim Sykes' strategy. This is one of the largest pre-market gainers on the news right here, pre-market. We can open this hyperlink. And basically, this was the largest winner pre-market. It was up roughly 18%. And I'll pull that up later. So it was roughly up 18%. Basically, they had a successful meeting with clinical investigators for a confirmatory phase 3 trial of a drug. Now, I don't fully understand it. I'll be 100% honest. News is still loading slowly. Come on. So let's go over the news real quick. So basically, they have a drug. From this is my understanding. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not fully understanding it. Basically, this is the issue. Adult growth hormone deficiency. Basically, I believe, from my understanding, they have trouble diagnosing this deficiency. And from the brief summary right here, the current method of testing for this is rather invasive and dangerous. There's a lot of side effects, as you can see right here. The administration of the current test, ITT, it's right here, insulin tolerance test. It's expensive. The patient must be constantly monitored by a physician for 2 to 4 hours duration of the test. And basically, there are the risk of dying essentially in a setting where emergency equipment is available and where a patient may be quickly hospitalized. So, and then there's a lot of side effects not used for such and such. So the current method, from my understanding, is it's rather dangerous, expensive. So there's a big barrier to entry, if you will, to using this test. It's a test. It's successful, from my understanding, but it's just there's a lot of opportunity costs for the user, I guess, if that makes any sense. So this new medicine is safer. Because it doesn't involve your insulin, and then it's an oral pill, and blah blah blah. It's less time consuming, less labor intensive because you don't have this physician watching you 2 to 4 hours. So that was the news, and this was the largest gainer pre-market. The overall markets are bouncing this morning. So basically this, and I said I was looking to buy on the breakout of the pre-market highs at 340, and we'll pull B trades a little better and make this bigger. Basically, pre-market high right here was 340, and you can see, right, obviously, I don't know what I was looking at. For some reason, pre-market high, I don't know, for some reason I had 340 when I marked this down this morning. Granted, I was in class, as you'll see in my comments, so I could have messed it up wrong, and for some reason I thought I saw pre-market highs at 340, so that was my entry position. I could have been wrong. That's a very good chance. This was my first time trading during a class, and it was interesting to say the least. So for some reason, I thought the pre-market high was 340. Obviously, it looks like I read the graph wrong, the chart wrong during class. Anyway, still got a perfect execution at 340, which was my plan. And I sold into this spike at 160. You can't really see it as well in this graph, but it's right here. This spike right here. It had a pullback back below 340, just above pre-market highs. I guess more accurately, you can see what the high here was. 332, slight pullback just above that, and ran back up to 380. Now, right when it traded, it was slow go. Let's see if I can pull this down. We can see times. See, you can see right here. I guess that is the big volume spike. So, right when the market opened, it didn't look like it was going to move. It went up and it came pulling back. It went up and it came pulling back. But towards the end of that first minute, it really gained some serious volume. Looks like well over 400,000. 300. Doesn't make sense. I'll take it, I guess. So I just can't get my cursor on the right volume bar. But regardless, it took a while to get moving during the first minute of the open. A couple of seconds, it didn't look like it was going to break out. But it did, and I was going to wait it. So I got that perfect execution. sold for the spike at 360 before the first pullback. As I said, this is my first trade during the class, so I wasn't totally comfortable with it. I wasn't as prepared as I would have liked to have been, so this was definitely more of a gamble. I mean, yes, I made a small $26 profit. You can see it all the way. I kept off when I flipped it. I made a small $26 profit on 200 shares in my small $1,000 E-Trade account. But it was my first, as I said, first trading class, and I wasn't really prepared for it. I just picked the highest pre-market gain in front of the news. I was going to trade that setup because I was in class. I wasn't an optimal setup, and I definitely wasn't prepared. So I doubt I'll do it again. I doubt I'll trade in class again. Just didn't work out this time. I mean, it worked out, but it was definitely a risk that I don't really feel comfortable taking in the future. Unless the setup is like perfectly ideal. It's like one I have to have because the upside's huge. Obviously, the upside wasn't huge on this. If you look at a more of a long-term chart, pull this out a little bit here. So if you look at more of a long-term chart, it's pretty. Yeah, you can see it's pretty dismal. Going back even further here, it's just this is probably what Tim Sykes would call a crow. Besides these slight bounces. But as you can see, these bounces never really hold. So this spike right here, which doesn't barely even show up, this probably won't hold. I mean, this spike, and then a gap down the next day, as you can see right here. So it doesn't really hold its spikes too well. This one, they must have some good news back here in early December. Well, this is before I started trading. So that spike held somewhat a 3-day run up in the 11s and comes back down. It just faded ever since. But this was their second. This is definitely above average volume right here. Almost 10 million shares matches the spike right here. So it doesn't really have a history of spiking, so the upside wasn't huge and the downside. The long-term chart was down, as you can see. Go back here further. It's just steadily down for a long time. So the upside wasn't huge. I was just hoping to get 20 cents a share, which is what I got out of the trade. So I made a profit. Probably won't trade again in class. So that's the takeaway. The takeaways for me personally are probably won't trade in class again. It was a little bit riskier than I would have liked. Just wasn't as comfortable. I wasn't as prepared as I would have liked to have been. But it worked out this time. So this is probably an exception, not the rule. And I didn't fully understand the news, and I have to continue to read some more, or learn some more on the news to fully understand the news of all these biotechs, because not everything makes sense right now. But so stay profitable, staying green, and not losing money. So we have to fight another day, or trade another day.